My people of this country and we're under attack. They banning us, they cancel us for speaking the facts. If you man enough.
This is the Patriots Prayer Podcast. It's a tremendous show, one of the greatest shows in the history of the world.
This is Bryson Gray, and you are watching the Patriots Prayer.
PTN, you're doing the right thing.
On the Patriots Prayer Network. Thank you all.
PPN on your bumper.
I'm Tom McDonald. This is the Patriot Prayers Network. Check it out. Lots of good TV. Lots of cool people. Tune in. Keep it locked.
I'm the white boy with the middle fingers in the air, dog. We don't give a what. 100 white boys gonna hold me down anywhere, dog. We think that you suck. My Patriots the craziest. They ain't afraid of breaking fists on faces. If you really wanna taste of this, no safety tip. The same mistake and spray the clip. I pray you miss, cause if you don't, they gon' go wacko. Automatic gun smoke like tobacco. Never hit a lady, but it's pretty hard to tell if you're a girl or a they, them. There's these, that, those. I ain't never gonna take a knee for the anthem. Smack them. I don't give a damn, can't stand them. Gang full of randoms. Fan with a handgun. Run up in your mansion, leave it all abandoned. I was raised to be brave to the grave. United States, we love the country that they've been corrupting. Go woke and go broker if you ain't obeyed. My people of this country and we're under attack. They banning us, they cancel us for speaking the facts. If you man enough, come stand with us, take USA back. And every time we pull up, all you're gonna see is American flags. American flags. American flags. And every time we pull up, all you...
Welcome, you guys, to the 98th episode of the Cowboys and Indians podcast. Today we have on a couple special guests. Of course, I'm your host, the Native Patriot. With me today, as per usual, is my co-host, Steve. How you doing today, Steve?
Hey, we're live.
We are live. Yes.
Oh, we're live. Oh, shit. I cursed already. Once for the tip jar, man. For the rest of this episode, I will not curse again. Mark my words. I'm doing great, brother. Just living the dream, my friend. How about you?
Just living the dream? Well, I've been busy and, trying to not pay too much attention to Trump trying to get into war with Iran. That's not really the best of news that I've heard as of late. But, there's been some concerning things going on here in Washington State. And I actually wanted to have some of my local investigative journalists here in the Pacific Northwest on today, which I'm excited to have them on. It's Jinxed Reality and Sippy Cup 2. They actually run their own podcast, and they've been doing some deep dives into the corruption that's been going on here in Washington. I don't know why I said WA, but
because it's the state abbreviation. So speaking of abbreviation, before you keep going, you know what the Washington State National Guard's abbreviation is?
No.
WANG. You're welcome. Just a little tidbit of information.
Thanks.
I know. Okay.
That's
I don't know
good.
about WANG. I just know about the Washington State National Guard and what the acronym is. I'll just say that.
Okay. You guys, please share this show if you can. We are streaming live on Rumble, on YouTube, on Twitch, Facebook, and X. So wherever you are watching today, go ahead and just share it around on every platform that you have, and we would greatly appreciate it. And you know what? Without further ado, I'd like to bring up our guests here. We have Jinxed and Sippy Cup. How are you guys doing today?
Pretty good. Tired.
Yeah. Which one's Sippy Cup and which one's Jinxed? I think the guy's Jinxed and Sippy Cup's the female.
Nope, backwards. Wait, no.
I know who y'all are.
I'm confused now.
I would sure hope so. Jeez.
What's going on, guys? How are y'all?
Yeah. Living the dream.
You can't steal my lines. That is unfair.
Oh,
I said living the dream first.
My bad.
Okay, no. Take two. Here we go. How are you guys doing?
Oh gosh.
Doing fabulous.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about. But go ahead, Maurice. I didn't mean to steal your thunder. You with your intro. Go ahead.
Well, as you guys know, Nick Shirley has gone down to Minnesota and uncovered a bunch of Somali fraud where they were believing, or they at least convinced the government that they were running daycares and they were getting millions and tens of millions, hundreds of millions of dollars over the years. And that kind of gave our investigative journalists here at home an idea to look into what's been going on in Washington State, and they actually produced a video. You know what? I could actually pin it underneath here in a little bit, but they produced a video on what they found here in Washington State, and I wanted to have them on and hopefully kind of get the word out, because Washington State is not just this liberal utopia where all of our money is going to help out all the right people. No, it turns out that our tax dollars have been misused just a little bit.
No.
Yeah, I know it's a big surprise. I get it.
Okay,
But-
I'm glad I'm sitting down. Okay.
Jinxed, first, before you deep dive into this, I would like you to tell everybody who you are, where they could find you, and when you do your own podcast, because I know that you guys run your podcasts.
Yeah, so I'm Jinxed Reality X on X. We have joint accounts on TikTok and Rumble, YouTube, Twitch, Instagram. That's Jinxed Sip, JINXEDSIP. And so, yeah, we have our Jinxed Sip podcast on Wednesdays and Sundays. Wednesdays at 5 p.m. Pacific, because I'm on the West Coast. I'm in Washington, just like you, right? And then at 6 p.m. on Sundays. And those broadcast across all of our live streaming platforms.
Perfect. And Sippy Cup?
Yep, I'm just the other half. Yeah, that's about it. You can find me on X and all the same places she said. Like I said, it's joint accounts, so you never know who you're going to get responding back to you.
There's a reason why he's the second half of the name.
But I'm actually from so I'm not actually from Washington. I did live up there for a little bit. Jinx is from Washington.
All right, Jinx. Well, let me. How about you just give us a rundown of what you guys have been looking into? Because I know that it's been more than just Somali fraud that you guys have kind of found. Or the daycares, right? It's been a little bit more than just daycares. So, what have you guys been looking into?
Well, I mean, it all kind of connects back to the daycares. So we've been looking into this nonprofit located out of King County called Voices of Tomorrow, and it is a Somali-run nonprofit. They do work directly with childcare providers. They help them become childcare providers. They help them to apply for all of these different government grants and things like that. They help them with the technical assistance on the back end. But they're also, doing rental assistance to people, including their providers. They're also donating to other nonprofits, which we haven't gotten a chance to dig into further, but it's this really big web that's going on. And we're like, okay, we're almost done. It's like, oh, nope, there's this. Oh, no, now there's this. And it just keeps going and going and going. It's been completely crazy.
Yeah.
Wow, that's insane. Like, so like you guys, so I think like the fraud, we're what, like 42 trillion dollars in debt or something like that. I don't even know anymore. It's outrageous, whatever it is. What I'm seeing like from up north for you guys is like a lot of the Somalis and the daycares and things like that. And down south, it almost seems like there's an issue, which I think maybe some people down south maybe could do that, is so there was a conspiracy theory that came out that mattress firms were like a money laundering system for the cartels. Because I don't know if you've ever seen a parking lot of a mattress firm. There's literally no one there. So, but there are a lot of like Mexican restaurants and other things like that they're laundering their money through like this. But this is kind of interesting because like I'm in the deep South, I'm in South Texas, and then seeing what you guys are dealing with up north and how much you guys are uncovering, it's just mind blowing. And where did you guys start? Like, what was your inspiration to begin to deep dive into this?
Well, we had been diving into a bunch of the daycares. It was really Nick Shirley's video that kind of like got us started. And we just decided to look into a bunch of the daycares, and we actually found a nonprofit right around the corner from one of the daycare, like I think it was the first daycare he visited. There's a nonprofit right next to it that's really sketchy and also connected with daycares. And then somebody posted, PNW Conservative posted, hey, can somebody look into Voices of Tomorrow? Like, all right, give me a minute. And then hit up Jinx, and I'm like, all right, let's do this. So we dug in, and boy, did we find a lot, and it's still going.
Wow.
Now, this might be one of the more interesting parts because the mainstream media for years, there's been a significant lack of interest in actually finding corruption. And it turns out that it's not very hard to find, that you can kind of just flip one page into what the government's been spending their money on. And I think Doge maybe have ultimately kind of proved this to be true all throughout the government. But here at home, when we look into, I mean, I personally didn't even know that we were funding daycares, that we were giving them so much money. In my mind, a lot of these daycares were just private, and that's one of the reasons why they're so insanely expensive. I mean, each child that you put into a daycare, it's an extra mortgage per month just to have one child in daycare. And if it boggles my mind that they're receiving these millions and millions of dollars from the government, from our taxpayer money, when it's already so expensive. So, I mean, when you guys aren't, you guys aren't the mainstream media paid professionals with the credentials to go in and find this kind of corruption. You guys are just everyday citizens that are curious about what's been going on, and you've been honing in your skills on investigating, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. We really just stumbled into doing this.
Yeah, I stumbled on the ice block story, and yeah, since then, I don't know if y'all are aware of the ice block story. But.
I have a couple of questions. So when you guys are digging into this, where are you seeing like the majority of the corruption coming from? Is it from state taxpayer dollars, or is it from federal funding, or both?
It's from state mostly.
Mostly. Okay.
We're not really trying to go to federal. This particular nonprofit did actually get federal money. Yeah.
But there is also the fact that state money is also funded by federal. There is a portion of it that is going to come federal.
So
Yeah, that's crazy. And I'm glad, like, I believe like every single state in this country, even red states, should have a Nick Shirley type person, because the mainstream media is not doing their job. They don't care. They get paid for clicks and engagement and rage bait and whatever they do. When's the last time you've seen CNN or Fox News do actual investigative journalism? I can't remember.
No idea.
CNN back in the 80s, maybe 80s, 90s.
Well,
maybe?
a source
But, like,
close to Trump's thinking said that he, is unstable or unsure about something, so they have to report on drama that actually doesn't matter. But as far as what's been racking up the debt in our country and why we feel that there's been just an exorbitant amount of waste, it's been proving to be true with citizen journalists like you guys. And I wanted to actually highlight the point that you guys are just everyday citizens, that you guys are just literally curious people trying to look into what our government's been doing and what they've been spending it on. Simply because of the lack of accountability that's been going on. And I know that you guys aren't the ones going to be holding them accountable to this, but exposing it, shining a light on it, is going to be able to bring that to the forefront, and hopefully we can get some accountability. Once you guys get a little bit more into this.
I can tell Sippi has a thought. We speak over each other a lot.
I have all kinds of thoughts. We all talking.
Yeah. I know. I guess I didn't really end that with a question. I was more of just making a statement. But to all the people out there, with your point, Steve, in saying that we want more citizens do it. A lot of people are always asking, what can I do to help? What can I do to help find this corruption? You don't have to have a bachelor's degree in investigative journalism to be able to jump into this. How did you guys start off your podcast or your careers in this sphere? While you're, I guess, just investigating. How did you guys launch that off? Because being everyday citizens, it's maybe you can help others figure out what they can do.
It started with Sippi being nosy.
Yeah, nosy. Yeah, it really did. I mean, we had done some investigations before that, but literally it all started with the Ice Block story. I was being nosy, this app called Ice Block on the App Store, right? And I was just being nosy. I was finding out who the guy was and everything. And turns out I found out that his wife actually worked for the DOJ.
Yeah, at that point, they thought it was girlfriend. We weren't sure wife because they had different last names from what we could tell.
Yeah, but that's only because he didn't actually list his real last name until we found it. But I mean, really, it's just being curious. Now I'm an engineer, so I do a lot of the back end stuff. So I was actually looking through the code on the website to find a bunch of this stuff.
Okay.
But
that was going to be kind of like one of my follow-up questions. So like, I'm just a retard from Texas, right? How would I get myself involved? Like, do I have to go search the dark web, or like how does someone become a person able to look into the finances? What resources would someone need to be able to start their own venture?
Okay, so if you're trying to look for like financial fraud, is that kind of the question there?
Yeah,
okay,
yeah, I guess.
So, if you're trying to look in like financial, like as in government financial fraud, because the other stuff you'd actually have to have access to their books. But the government financial fraud, so every state has their own digital checkbook, is what it's called. You can just search it up. You can go like digital checkbook for whatever state, and everybody has it.
Or open checkbook.
Yeah,
state.
that works. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But so you've got that, and then you can start pinpointing like why is Texas paying $5 billion more for, I don't know, Section 8 housing than Florida?
Okay.
There might be a legitimate answer for that, but I mean, because Florida's a bunch of boomers, and then Texas is a bunch of younger.
Are you talking
people.
about the villages? Okay, got it.
But yeah, you know what I mean. Like there
Right.
could be age demographics and stuff but for the most part, you can go to the checkbook, you can look at stuff that just kind of doesn't add up, or like why we're paying. In this case, why did this 501c3 get $31.7 million in the past 8 years? Yeah. And they're 100% government funded.
Publicly funded. We have to.
It's like crowdsourced, essentially.
Yeah.
No,
Well, it's like they had 8 million in income one year, and like 5 million of it was from government funding.
Wow.
But yeah, I mean, people can find this stuff, but we keep finding this stuff. We stumble on something, but then like we try to get it out there, and it's just like doesn't go anywhere, right? We end up having to like reach out to bigger accounts. Like to get the Ice Block story really out there, we had to reach out to Andrew Wilson, and then he helped us get it out there. And so it's every time we have these things, we just try really hard to push it out there because we're like, we found something crazy. Like, you need to know this, but then it just like doesn't go anywhere. Like we're not trying to be like the next Nick Shirley, right? But how do people get this stuff out there when there's citizen journalists that aren't known yet? So I mean, it's hard.
I just brainstorm an idea in my head on something that could be really beneficial. Is creating a community on X called like fraud or whatever, and you can just allow the people in there that are actually doing the so you invite Nick Shirley, what he's doing. Nick Sorter he's more of like just uncovering corruption, maybe not financial, but just like governmental corruption. Maybe starting something like that. I think that'd be kind of cool. But like something I wanted to bring up a second ago is all of this stuff. It's almost like the media was behind all of this the entire time, because remember during COVID, like when these scientists and physicians that were talking about how COVID vaccines might actually injure you, they were getting canceled and stuff like that. And these guys were conspiracy theorists, and these investigative journalists are just a bunch of wackadoodles. And now you're seeing people like Nick Shirley and you guys coming out there and actually pointing out this fraud. They're not saying anything. They're just saying, they're trying to discount all of the journalism and information that you guys are gathering in order to cover up everything. So my hat's off to you guys for doing this.
Thank you.
Gee.
Just waiting
I'm
on
actually
Maurice.
going to. I'm gonna link the video that they put out because they put out like a 40-minute video with corruption here in Washington State, and their investigative journalism and it's actually really well done. Your guys' production is quite good. I must say.
That's all Sippy. That's all Sippy. I sit there and go, yeah, maybe we should cut that out. Okay, yeah, that looks good. But he does all the hard work. I'm just here to look pretty.
Well, you guys seem to work together well as a team, so.
Yeah.
Let's see.
A yin and yang, if you will.
Yeah.
Nah, it's not really not yin and yang. We're basically the same person.
Yeah.
I'm just female.
Yang, yang, yin, yin, whatever.
Which one's the bad one? The black one? We're both that one. Yeah.
Wow.
So let me ask while Maurice is pulling up the information, or the videos or whatever. How difficult are you guys running into any roadblocks? Like, are you having to put any special requests to gather this information? You know how some people have to do freedom of information or any of that. Have you guys had to do any of that type of stuff?
We have before.
Yeah.
But
not very often. Yeah.
Okay.
I do have an open records request in to King County, actually specifically for the daycares and Voices of Tomorrow that we focused on within this video, because I wanted to see what the county was giving them, because we've already seen what the state is giving them. And while states are required to give line by line, counties and cities are not. The only thing that they provide publicly are actually aggregate data. So you'll go, okay, well, the state or the county spent this much sending for health services. They don't tell you anything beyond that. It's just this was how much we spent on health services.
Okay. It's just like a HOA. I used to live in a HOA. I don't anymore, thank God. But like they would send out like the once a year statement, and it was like $50,000 for Christmas decorations, and I'm like, what, for some ribbon? Like, you guys did not put, like, I was expecting Santa Claus to effing be coming through my neighborhood, right, for 50 grand. Like, dude, it was nothing. And so, oh my God, don't even get me started. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, but yeah, you have to put in requests. I mean, they would have to have really good legal ground to decline it. And for when it comes to financial expenditures, it's very rare to actually have legal grounds to deny it. They really just don't put it out there because they don't want you to know, right? Because like one of the recent numbers coming out of the city of Seattle is something like $2 billion in fraud because they were cooking the books.
Wow.
And they came out, I think, yesterday.
Yeah, it did. I saw that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It was
Jamie,
missing.
you got that footage?
Well, I have the video itself, but it's 40 minutes long. So I mean,
Is there?
I don't really know if
that you guys wanted to share out of that, or?
But yeah, I mean, I guess we can hit up some details on it. If you want to give the bombshell real quick, the one that's we both consider the bombshell in the video.
Yeah.
It's a little bit far in.
It is. We have a clip that mentions it, but it doesn't really go into detail on it, right? But so DCYF, right? They are the ones that oversee all of the licenses for daycares and centers, in-home, all that. So we found that one of the DCYF licensors, that's what they call them. They call them licensors, even though they're not like, the government themselves. They just work for the government. So she has oversight over 86 different daycares. And if you go to her LinkedIn, it says on her LinkedIn, and there's no guarantee that it's up to date, right? So we have to run on the assumption that it's likely that she no longer works at this place, but it says that she is the early childhood education specialist for Voices of Tomorrow.
Yeah. And wow. I'm sorry, we haven't even explained what Voices of Tomorrow actually is, have we? And,
I went into it briefly. Yeah, they're a nonprofit that focuses on childcare and getting them money.
Teaching people how to become their own child, like how to create their own childcare. That's what their focus is.
Yeah.
Okay.
And lobbying with. They work directly with the government for childcare interests, essentially.
So she's basically one of the people that has been recruited. Now, this is my personal opinion, okay? She's one of the people that have been recruited to bring these illegals in and to defraud or to, steal money from the government, basically.
You couldn't have picked a better pause point on my picture.
Oh.
I'm very expressive.
Well,
every time I pause at, like when I was pregnant.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. That was just really funny.
Yeah.
Tried.
Sorry, I'm trying to bounce back between what you guys are saying and what the comments. They're trying to get me to tie my beard to a little the little rope trend or whatever. They're saying I look like a hillbilly. Oh my god, it's insane. If you guys can see the chats right now, oh my god, sorry. Stop distracting me, y'all. We're covering for all this important stuff. Gosh,
important.
Yeah, but
yes.
Honestly, Anti-Commie just stated, proud of you, Sippi and Jinxed. You guys are doing great work. Like, seriously.
Love you, Anti-Commie.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that. Like that
See, okay, I'm hiding the
fun.
comments. Look, this is what I get in the comments. Ash Farms, when's the last time you dyed your beard, Steve? Like, dude, see, I'm hiding. I'm just hiding the comment section. So talk all the crap you guys want. We're focused on the real stuff right now, guys.
How's the mullet coming, Steve?
Oh, dude, my hair's getting long, bro. Dude, I kind of got like a mini mullet going. See?
Yeah, you do a little bit.
That's why my son looked at him and called him Grandpa.
Oh my god, dude!
My son,
one out of here.
My son came in and I put him on my lap, and he looks at the screen and goes, "Grandpa." And I'm like, "Well,
just call me a boomer,
Grandpa Steve.
Call me a boomer, okay?"
Yeah,
I'm gonna start acting like one too. What is this? The comment section? What's going on?
What? I can't hear you. What?
Get yourself the early bird special.
Oh god. Yeah, maybe I'm gonna start asking for discounts everywhere I go. I'm a boomer. I identify as a boomer. That's how it works, right?
Yeah, well, it makes sense if you don't think about it.
So let me ask you guys a little bit more serious. What was the aha? Have you guys had like an aha moment where you're like, boom, we nailed them? Like, go through that whole situation, like where you see like you saw some money, like a paper trail, and you made the connections, and it was just like, bam, we got them.
Yeah.
I'll let you take that one, Sippi.
Well, I mean, there was a couple of them. The one, like, because originally we didn't know that lady worked for Voices of Tomorrow. There was nothing in her background that even said Voices of Tomorrow. And then for some reason we decided, or I think Jinx decided to look her up, and she's like, she works for them, and I scraped all the data, so I just filtered it by her name to see how many she was a licensor on, and it was 86.
What?
Yeah.
That still blows my mind, and I think that this is more common than we think, because not just in daycares, but there's been a trend of foreigners that would come over and basically help their own people get lives started here in America. Right now, that's not necessarily, like, if you think about it, like, that's not necessarily a bad thing. Why would that be a bad thing? But it becomes a bad thing when they're taking advantage of our money and of our tax dollars, be it state or federal, and also they're fast tracking a lot of these people. Like, there's a big problem here in Washington as well with the Indian truck drivers, and there's specific organizations in Washington State that will bring in these Indians and basically speed run them through their CDL training. They don't really know how to speak English, and then I have to go out on the side of the road and try to figure out where the hell they're at when I try to give them a call, and I don't know where, I don't know how to tell you, and it is so annoying. But it is a serious problem, because it's not just that they're not qualified, it's not that they shouldn't be doing these jobs. It's the fact that they are taking advantage of a government system that is supposed to be benefiting the American citizens and not these foreigners being fast-tracked into various jobs all around the country.
You know, we actually have a full trucking company database.
Yeah, you want it? I may or may not read it with and it heat maps all the trucking companies that are at the same address. I can send you a link to it.
It's really good. We probably need to update it. It's been a few months.
Yeah, it's been a few months, but I mean, it's still got good data in it. So.
It does. There's some really fun stuff in there when you really look at it.
Yeah.
The crazy part about all this is, right, we're just talking about daycares. But let's talk about the trucking companies, and let's talk about restaurants. Let's talk about so many different facets. I mean, I can understand why we're so far into debt, because we're paying all these foreigners to come into this country. And it sucks to say that we're paying this, because we are paying this. But it's, in fact, is these politicians that are spending our damn money to get these people in for votes. And I take the mask off of things. Like, they're trying to buy votes, healthcare companies too. Great Mrs. Ward. And she's a New Zealander and actually can think about, she realizes how much fraud and corruption is going on in this country. And unfortunately, until people start getting arrested and start going to prison, this stuff will continue. Because I mean, I'm just kind of tired of, like, okay, what you guys are doing are great, right? What is great, right? You're uncovering this fraud. But what's the next step? What do we need to do to get these people behind bars?
Steve, this is where we come in, because they were asking earlier about how
I'll tell the CCOT right now. Put me ahead of the DOJ, dude.
All right. Well, I mean that you know, we're getting to the point where we're a little bit larger accounts now. We have a little bit more of a voice. We have some connections to be able to get the word out on this. So, you know, Jinxed Sippi Cup, whatever information you guys have, you know, be sure to send it over so we can try our best to help spread the word to get it to these politicians. Because, I mean, we now have big boys, you know, in the sphere following us, and it's not necessarily that we can actually get the information to them, but it's a lot more likely that it's going to be able to get out there. And I mean, it would be nice to see some accountability, but this is really, really important to at least have the information available at our fingertips. And, you know, I mean, Washington State kind of gets looked over by our federal government for some reason. Like, it's always about Oregon, it's always about California, it's always about Minnesota, you know, but Washington State for some reason just kind of gets overlooked, and I'm not exactly sure why. But I mean, hopefully we can bring some more attention to this. So Steve and I mean, I really, really would like to help try and get this information out. So you guys, if you can, please share this podcast. Give Sippy Cup and Jinxie a follow, because they're the ones on the ground doing the hard work. Apart from just doing their day jobs, you know, it'd be good to give them a follow and check into what they've been doing as of late, because they're one of the honest citizen journalists that have been deep diving into a lot of this corruption and fraud. And I'm really glad to have met you guys and to know you.
I'm gonna put your, in the live stream. I'm gonna put both of your guys' handles, so everyone can go follow the guy. Go ahead.
And you know, Maurice, when you and I, when we met, you know, I told you that I would totally take Steve's place. So when's that happening?
I'm more beautifuler. Okay, let's get that correct.
Yeah, I don't have that really nice beard.
Apparently,
I'm the only clean shaven one here. Jeez, what's going on?
Okay, so comment section, right? Why I laughed earlier, I think it was CeeLo. She said, "I'm hiding a Minnesota Learning Center in my beard."
And you know, there's one big thing that really needs to happen for the people on the right is to stop sabotaging the work of other people on the right. We've experienced that. Like, we pissed off some people because we were the first ones to expose Steve Bannon's actual connection beyond his, you know, little documentary with Epstein, and people got really, really mad at us. You know, we're talking about, I hope you get your 7K, you know. But then we were vindicated when the first, you know, round of stuff came out from the the bill and everything, and there was a framed picture of Bannon on Epstein's desk. So when you're sabotaging the work that people are doing on the right just because you don't agree with what they're doing, you're just hurting what happens for the big picture of things. Stop harassing the people. Stop harassing the people that are putting in the work to bring you the information, and start harassing the politicians that are allowing it to happen.
Yeah, so that's kind of been my whole premise because it's almost like politics is on like a cyclic rotation where like, okay, Trump's first presidency, we had all three, the House, Congress, and the presidency. And then right before midterms, squabble, 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 right? We lost the House or the Senate. Maybe I think it was the Senate. But anyway, so it's happening again. What we need to do is band together, because these commies on the left, they are going to stick together no matter what. So what we have to do, put your Jew, Palestine, whatever, all that other shit aside. That's twice. Sorry, Maurice. And let's start putting this information out.
Just our sponsors.
Yeah, it's just our sponsors. I apologize.
Oops.
Yeah, like we should band together and like expose this corruption and all be on one united front. So that way they have no choice. Like Pam Bondi, maybe she can get off Fox News once in a while and actually prosecute some of these people. That's just my 2 cents.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a really big problem, is that we struggle with accepting that there are mixed viewpoints within the conservative movement, whereas the people on the left are the blue no matter who. They're like, yeah, liberal, let's do this. It doesn't matter that they're also anti-abortion. They're a Democrat. It's because they're a Democrat. That's what's going to get us through. And they have that very standard agreement. It's like an unspoken agreement across liberals that they're all on the same page no matter what. But for some reason, we can't get there, even though we understand that we all have different viewpoints, but we can't, for some reason, there's a lot of us that can't accept that other people have different viewpoints and can still have the same ideals as us.
Correct. And I'm going to quote Steve Bannon. I'm sorry. But it's like, we win and we sort out the traitors later. And he was actually kind of correct on that.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely said some right things. No one's denying that.
Right.
Made some bad decisions.
Bad decisions, yeah.
That's to say the least.
Bannon's war room, whatever. Like everybody that worked for him after I posted that, by the way. Like they all bought me.
Right.
We're still waiting for an official statement. We've been asking.
Yeah. We've been asking. Yeah, no.
Well, that'd be interesting to deep dive into. And I know that, Dan Bongino's returning back. What do you guys think about that?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Oh, yeah, that's a tough one. Like, he touts about all these things that, that were done and, all this stuff that he saw, but there's no one's seen any evidence on what he's done. Like, I don't disbelieve that I'm sure, like, saw some stuff that was like,
that's
awful. I'm sorry. I tried. At least, hey, this is golf. I'm still winning. Okay. But, it just made me lose my train of thought.
I'm so sorry. I haven't.
What was I talking about, Sippy? Give me the other half of the brain.
I don't know.
Well, as far as Dan Bongino goes, I have doubts about what he's going to do. Now, I feel like whatever happened with the whole Epstein stuff and him coming out in a very, it almost appeared like a cucked way, like Epstein killed himself. He definitely did, for sure. And just the way he said it, I didn't like. But I honestly believe that this is going to be like a Mockingbird 2.0. Like, this is the new iteration of Project Mockingbird. This is the new way to be able to control the flow of information, or the zeitgeist of the right movement. It feels like he was released from the FBI as opposed to him deciding to leave to regain control of the narrative is what it feels like to me. Because, I mean, obviously Trump has been kind of wavering on what he promised and what he's delivering, and people are definitely, kind of second guessing exactly what's been going on in the administration. And it feels to me that Dan Bongino is one of the weapons that they could deploy in order to regain as much of the narrative as possible.
I mean,
I
okay.
can see that.
Yeah, I could see that too. And unlike Hillary Clinton, he's going to honor his non-disclosure agreement, right? But let's unpackage what you're trying to say. You're trying to say that Dan Bongino was released essentially to regain the narrative. What narrative are you speaking about?
Ultimately, it's Trump's narrative, which and this is one of the things that I don't know how I feel about it, because is it going to be better for the country if he is incredibly successful at regaining control of the narrative, even though it could be like an Operation Mockingbird 2.0? Like, would you be on board with it if it benefited the country?
Well, of course I would. Like, if it would. Okay, so let's break it down Barney style. Releasing Dan Bongino would be the sole reason we won midterms this coming year. Then I'd be okay with it. At the end of the day, are we disappointed on everything that has not really happened? Yes, right? But it's better than us like losing a chamber, right? I will say this, though. He was a deputy director of the FBI. How much power did he actually have?
Yeah, I know, and I think about that too, because like, what if he was released to like just to be able to blow it open, right? Because he had more reach, right? Mm-hmm. And that reputation on the air, and now he no longer has a muzzle.
Could be, yeah. So like, he's in a position where he's kind of held down in his position because he has Kash Patel, Pam Bondi, then Donald Trump. That's his chain of command. So he has like 3 layers to go through to be able to say anything. So he's out there, and someone commented, so many people have gotten arrested that were involved in child trafficking, which that is incredibly important for this country. Like there's so many of these kids, like what was it? Like 400,000 kids that got trafficked during the Biden regime? Something absurd like that. Like,
I think it's a little over 300,000. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's like one piece of the puzzle. So I think a lot of people get kind of one dimensional on like why Dan Bongino left the position. I mean, he went there in the first place. He had a multi-million-dollar podcast. He did not have to leave that position in the first place. So he lost so much money going into this position. So I don't know. This is one that I'm going to let play out. After I got doxxed and swatted, I messaged Dan Bongino personally. We were mutual follows, and he reached out to me personally from his personal account. So all I can say, my experience with Dan, and I go with experiences and people that I've interacted with, Dan's a patriot, in my opinion, and I'll just leave it there.
I got a little bit on this. I got a theory. We'll call it
Go
a
ahead.
theory.
Should I get 10?
It's not really a tinfoil hat theory.
Okay.
So, Charlie Kirk was a big influence, right? We lost him. We didn't really have anybody pushing the word like Charlie was.
Mm-hmm.
But why wouldn't we bring Dan back? I mean, he's obviously not going to replace Charlie, but he was really effective at what he did. Honestly, I think he's got more power in his podcast than he did in the FBI. So.
I do not doubt that. That was wow. Yeah, that's actually really good. I don't know how much Dan could resonate with Gen Z as well as Charlie did, or what is it, Gen Alpha after that? I can't even remember. The youngins,
Yes,
right?
it is Alpha.
But I mean, I think Dan, he could do a good job pushing the conservative movement more so than being at the FBI.
Oh, and it's COINTELPRO. That's the FBI. Operation Mockingbird. Operation Mockingbird is CIA. Say.
Oh, touche.
Yeah.
We spent a lot of time in the MLK files, so
Yes,
Got him.
we're very familiar with COINTELPRO.
Yeah.
But
Oh, yeah.
really, like, Bongino, he's the middle ground between Fuentes and Crowder, if you really think about it. So
apart from his super pro-Israel stance, then yeah, I would say on everything other than that. Because Crowder is he's kind of ambivalent on it. But yeah, Fuentes is obviously anti-Israel, but Dan Bongino is like 100% pro-Israel and everything. Yeah. So,
well, take Israel out of the equation, and you're thinking about all the other stuff, like the other, like, you know, more extreme viewpoints and things like that. He's pretty in the middle between those two.
So something I do want to point out is watch the mainstream media, not for truth or facts or whatever. See what they're pushing. So during COVID, like it was COVID, what are they doing behind the scenes? Ukraine, Russia, what are they doing behind the scenes? Now Israel, Palestine, what are they doing behind the scenes? Venezuela, what are they doing behind the scenes? You have to pay attention to not the mainstream, but what is going on. What are they voting for? What are they passing? Palantir, oh my, that is scary in itself. That is, to me, that's the scariest thing that's happening out right now. The surveillance that's going to happen in this country.
Well, I'll tell you before we go down that rabbit hole. I will tell you what the mainstream is pushing right now, and that's this Renee Good anti-ICE thing.
I've got some really dank memes on that. But anyway,
so I thought this was AI. I'm not kidding. That the Minnesota Timberwolves put fake piercings in their noses, and they wore the stupid hat, all for Renee Good. Oh God.
What is that?
Please leave that muted. Good Lord.
Yeah, that was them singing the national anthem. But yeah,
Are you sure that's what they were singing?
That wasn't the alternative.
Apparently so.
Yeah.
Oh God. Oh, that was bad.
But it is amazing to see how many people in our country are so willing to go along with an obvious psyop like this. I mean, this is something where you can show somebody the video, but the mainstream news and the entertainment, you know, they will come out in solidarity with somebody like Renee Good. And so all of these people are just so unbelievably willing to go along with that narrative, despite what they see with their eyes and what they hear with their ears. I mean, you can literally hear the car hitting him. You can see the car hitting him, but somehow there's still that push, that narrative that, Renee was completely innocent in all this. And she's just a mother of 3 trying to get home after dropping off her 6-year-old son. It's absolutely heartbreaking to see. So that's been what's going on in the news as of late. I don't know if you guys have dug into that or what conclusion you've come to, but I'm assuming with your investigative skills that you guys have been able to come to around the same conclusion that I have. Am I right?
Yeah. I mean, neither of us have digged into it too deeply, but we are friends with other people that have, like Sarah Fields. She's really already heavily dug into it. But I mean, my opinion is Ray Good would have been the next George Floyd if it wasn't for independent journalists, especially on X, that dug into her past so quickly and they got ahead of mainstream media on it. There was way covered up at that point.
Yeah, that's actually very true. Maurice, I just shared a video with you in your DMs about a guy that initially was
gay,
like,
right? Slide into another man's DMs.
Sliding those in.
It's so hard into your DMs. But anyways, it's a guy that changed, like he watched the actual video and he changed his stance. So to your point, yeah, he actually changed his stance on the ICE shooting. And it's based on what we do or what you guys also do in out there, like putting out, here's the truth, here are the facts, and then come to your own conclusion. Now, there are extremists on the right and there are extremists on the left, right? That will never change their stance. But what we're trying to do is get those people that do have a brain and are actually able to like have some discernment on an entire situation, not what just the mainstream narrative is pointing towards. Like, okay, maybe I'm wrong.
That's true. All right. I guess we can watch this video. It's a minute 43 seconds.
So I changed my stance on the incident and the ice and the lady. She seemed to be provoking it. I didn't know there was an officer coming from both sides of the vehicle, her vehicle. I thought that the officer that got out of the truck was the one that was in front, stood in front of her car, but he came from the other side. And sometimes you just gotta wait for the whole story to come out and get context. And seeing that he did get drugged 100 yards in a car just a month before, sustaining big injuries, and she did hit him with a car. She was being pretty stupid, and obviously she was part of a group that...
Now, before we go through this whole thing, this doesn't feel as genuine as I think it would need to be. I mean, maybe he did actually change his mind, but I mean, he does go through all the solid points that you would actually have to go through, and I would really hope that more people would kind of go through that entire logical process. And I mean, Steve and I have been working on this for a long time and trying to figure out how to reach people that are like on the fence about things. And I mean, it's different with everybody. That's probably the hardest thing to realize, is that you can show all the information you want, all the evidence that proves you right. But if they're unwilling, if they're unwilling to listen or actually see it, then there's no point in doing it. But hey, good for that guy. If he actually changed his mind, then good for him. And I hope that he's able to kind of to those around him be able to, I guess, teach how he went from one side to the other, because I'm always curious as to how people come to that conclusion, or like what actually breaks through that barrier, what can break through that wall, the defenses of somebody like that in order to come to the other side. Because I don't know how many millions of people saw exactly what he saw and will still dig their heels in and say that she was in the right. So just out of curiosity, Jinxed, have you come into this where you are able to break through that wall with someone and actually show them and get them to change their mind? Or is that just like a mythical thing that happens every once in a while?
I don't know. I mean, I think we've changed some people's minds, but honestly, it's not all that often. I think because I think most people are really like set with where they are with their opinions on things, and there's a lot of unwillingness to listen to other possibilities with things like that. Even then, you know, there just seems to be a lot of closed-mindedness in the world.
So do you think like our generations, like millennials, Gen X, everyone's pretty much set? So do you think the best approach would be to work on the future?
Yeah, I would.
Because Gen Alpha, Gen Z, they're pretty based.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I went to AmFest, oh my, these young ladies and gentlemen, pretty based. Like, not gonna lie.
My youngest wanted to watch Gutfeld instead of hockey the other night, so I don't know.
Well, that's really good.
I do think focusing on the younger generation is really where it should be, because I think you're not going to see a big change in those of us that are more set in our ways unless you see like something personally affects you. Like Matt Vincewell is the one that I think of, right? It's like hardcore Democrat for years and years and years, and then Hurricane Helene happened, and he was just like, "Oh, I have changed my mind." So I think it takes stuff like that for the older generations, and I think boomers, there's no choice, there's no chance. They're either left or right or in the middle, and they're not going to go anywhere else.
Well, so I went to that event the other day in Puyallup where they were talking about the constitutional sheriffs, and General Flynn spoke there, but there were a bunch of protesters outside, and the average age had to have been like 65. I mean, it was a bunch of old people protesting ICE, and they were holding signs saying "Justice for Good," and it was embarrassing to say the least. So I think you guys are probably on point with this as far as the outreach to the younger generation, and I guess just maybe not concerning yourself too much with the older generation. It's just like let them be, I guess. I've kind of gone back and forth a little bit on the delivery, because I used to be a lot softer with my delivery on when I was trying to convey my own views, whether it be on abortion or something political. But over the years, especially with all the trolling I get against me on X, I've become a lot more blunt. And I've actually had people reach out, like family members, friends, like distant family, reach out and say that I've become a lot more harsh, and I'm not going to be able to reach as many people if I continue this, in being really harsh. But I kind of feel like we're at the point where we have to put our foot down and state your case, and then this is my line, and I'm not moving. Period. I mean, have you guys kind of changed your approach in any way, or have you gotten softer or more solid in your stances? Have you noticed anything like that yet?
I mean, no, I mean, we change our minds pretty rapidly. Find and stuff, but
yeah, but we're also looking at the data, not just taking people's word for it.
At the data, and then when we present it, we present the receipts. So there's like, if they watch our stuff and don't believe it, they're probably lost.
So you guys are just going like a lot of your work is like going over the hard numbers, the data, and this is fact whether you like it or not, and you can come to your own conclusion, but in all reality, this money is going to this place and it's being wasted.
Yeah, as far as our reporting, it is completely fact-based. We try to keep any bias out of it as far as the reporting goes. Now, if you go into the podcast, we're obviously giving our opinions.
Yeah, data itself doesn't have a tone. Truth is truth, no matter what. Numbers are numbers. Numbers don't lie. Numbers don't yell at you. Numbers don't coddle you. Numbers are what they are. And I think you just approach it with a very even-keeled post and just saying, hey, look, this is what I discovered, and take it for what it's worth. I mean, and unfortunately, you'll have people that will like just be hard charges, like, oh yeah, let's prosecute. Then you have the other side that'll say, oh, blah blah blah, no, they're full of crap, they're conspiracy theorists. But at the end of the day, you know what you're doing is right and just, and you have the data and the receipts to back it. So no one else can ever take that away from you.
Yeah, I mean, we're very good about making sure we have as many receipts as we can. We don't like posting anything without having proof, because when it comes to reporting it, it needs to be factual, and just get that information out there, and come to your own conclusion. If it's not the conclusion we came to, that's your problem.
Are you telling me you're not Brian Krasenstein and trying to rage bait people?
No, but I did make him mad enough that he made a video about me a few months ago.
Did he? Oh, please DM it to me. I want to see it.
I absolutely will.
Because you're probably a foot taller than him. But anyways.
I might be.
Yeah.
Maybe 2 feet.
You missed a group of people. Is this true?
Oh, yes. Oh, gosh.
They drive me insane. Oh.
Look at all these screenshots, Grok. Is this true?
Yeah.
Come on, people. Stop relying on AI.
Yeah, that's like the Homer Simpson meme, like, Grok, is this real? Oh my gosh.
We get about 50 of those each time. It's ridiculous.
Mm.
Yeah. But when you're the first to report something, of course, Grok doesn't know if it's true or not. Like, I mean, come on.
Because it's false, and then I'm like, look at the screenshots, Grok, and then Grok's like, oh, it looks like it's true. Okay.
Great comment, Jessica. The Krasensteins are angry little Keebler elves. Yeah, she said little guys, but I said Keebler elves. So I'm not sponsored by Keebler. Yeah.
As he goes into the kitchen and opens a cabinet full of cookies. I know your game.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. I love cookies. They could live in Steve's buckles. Oh my god, dude! Everybody is like talking about my beard tonight. Like they think like I'm some who's that tall guy with the axe? Oh my gosh, why I'm drawing Paul Bunyan. He's like they could live in Steve's beard with like Keeler's elves. Oh my god, dude! You know what? I'm shaving my beard tonight. You guys are no, I'm not shaving my beard. I'm just kidding.
Oh, I was like, holy crap. That's a little drastic, isn't it? Oh, my God.
No, dude, I'll look like I'm 75 years old if I shave my beard. So I'm not going to do it. I'll just continue to dye it. Did I say that out loud?
Well, unfortunately, we didn't kind of deep dive into the corruption that you guys did find. And I know that you guys do have a video out. I'm going to link it below every post that I can. And especially on X, I got it linked below. I got both your guys' profiles linked, and hopefully, we can kind of draw some more attention to what you guys have been doing. I would like to have you guys back on as well. But before we leave, please tell everybody where to find you and when to tune into your podcast.
Sippi's turn.
What? I gotta do it.
I did it at the beginning. You did at the end.
All right, so we're Jinxed Sip everywhere. JINXEDSIP, literally everywhere. We even have an X account that is Jinxed Sip, that is a shared account. We're on YouTube, we're on Rumble, we're on Twitch, and we stream Sundays and Wednesdays. Sunday at 6 Pacific. I always have to convert to Pacific for Jinx. I think it's 6 Pacific on Sundays. Right?
Yes. 6 Pacific, 9 Eastern, 8 if you're in Sippy Land.
Yeah, 8 in God's time, right? And then Wednesdays it is. They convert that. Was it 5 for you?
Yeah.
Look at there, 5 Pacific.
You're supposed to be the smart one, Sippi.
I don't like content. I don't like them.
Well, this is one of the ways that I would. This is one of the ways that I think that we can. Help you guys out is hopefully bring more attention to you and direct or funnel people to your guys' podcast and what you guys have been uncovering, because I know that you guys have been putting in a lot of hard work. When Nick originally put his video out, I remember reaching out to you guys and the amount of work that you were able to do rapidly was amazing to me. One, because I'm kind of retarded when it comes to technology, so me trying to look this stuff up, I was like,
you liked that spreadsheet, didn't you?
yeah, a lot of it's confusing to me, but I really appreciate the work you guys are doing. You guys, please go give them a follow. Tune into their podcast. They are our new generation of independent journalists that are uncovering corruption, and they are obviously patriots to this country and doing their best to not only contribute in their day job, but to investigate at night. And I mean, you guys are pulling double duty here, and I appreciate the work you guys have done so far, and I'm looking forward to what you guys uncover next.
Thank you. We appreciate it. We always love the support and are always thankful for it.
Can I leave them with a caveat real quick?
Uh-oh.
One thing that we didn't touch on the Voices of Tomorrow, and it's actually a fair amount of the video, is the CFO of the Voices of Tomorrow nonprofit is also the secondary contractor on 11 different daycares that are very sketchy.
And that's just here in Washington, right?
Yes.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
It's all in King County, actually.
Oh, goody.
One county.
You got it out of King County. Yeah, Seattle.
That's the county that has Seattle, so it's of course it's going to be the most corrupt. We're the ones that decided that we're going to have a anointed, not elected sheriff, and that was testing the waters to see if they could get away with it. So.
But yeah, so that's all explained in the video. We go into depth on that.
Perfect. Well, you guys, Wednesday up. Thank you guys for coming in. I'm gonna boot you off the screen though. But I really appreciate you guys joining. Like I said, please go give them a follow, and we'll see you guys next time.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks, guys.
All right, Wednesday we have a show, which I'm pretty excited about this actually.
Me too.
Let me pull up this. Can I not? Hello.
Pull that stud muffin up.
I'm trying. Yeah. Bang! Look at this. So
Come
we
on, use
have
your white privilege.
Craig
Let's go.
Craig Sawyer coming on Wednesday along with Glenn Baker. Craig Sawyer is basically tracking down pedophiles, and he's got a couple of stories. I mean, this is a very recent thing. He just came back from a trip, so I'm excited to hear about that. I'm excited to hear what this man is doing and what we can do to help, because this is one of the guys that legitimately putting in the work, boots on the ground, tracking them down, arresting them, putting them in prison for the rest of their miserable lives, and making their life a living hell. So I'm
fired up for that one, dude.
It is going to be a phenomenal podcast on Wednesday. So tune in at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time Wednesday, 8 p.m. Texas time.
America time.
And Merc time. and I mean, like I said, you guys aren't going to want to miss this. It's going to be explosive. So, and you'll be able to hear some of the fascinating stories that this guy has to tell as well. Because
like a Sound of Freedom on the Cowboys and Indians podcast.
Basically,
dude,
yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be exciting. So tune in Wednesday, you guys, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You can follow us on YouTube, X, Rumble, all the places. Rumble, it's thepatriotsprayer.com. YouTube, it's Law Native Patriot, along with on Twitch and X. So thank you guys for tuning in today. Thanks for lighting up the chat. And if you can, be your own investigative journalist into the local corruption that's going on in your area, because we are finding out that it's not just Minnesota, it's not just Washington State, it's also Idaho, it's also California, it's everywhere. Also Florida. I mean, it's Texas. Yeah, it's everywhere, you guys. So your voice is important. The work that you put in is important. So whether you're doing it part-time or not, you know, Steve and my DMs are always open. If you uncover something fascinating, you know, just shoot us a DM and we'll do our best to help you get the word out as well. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, sifting through DMs is something else now. You know that we
sure is, man.
Are a little bit, but it's still good, and the DMs are still open. So thank you guys for tuning in. Please share the show if you can. We'll see you on Wednesday. Steve, is there anything you want to say before we get out of here?
No, man, this is a great podcast. I loved it. Pop for Wednesday. Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right. Peace out, guys.
My people of this country, and we're under attack. They banning us, they cancel us for speaking the facts. If you man enough.
This is the Patriots Prayer Podcast. It's a tremendous show, one of the greatest shows in the history of the world.
This is Bryson Gray, and you are watching the Patriots Prayer.
PTN, you're doing the right thing.
On the Patriots Prayer Network. Thank you all.
PPN on your bumper.
I'm Tom McDonald. This is the Patriot Prayers Network. Check it out. Lots of good TV. Lots of cool people. Tune in. Keep it locked.
Know where I stand. I'm the white boy with the middle fingers in the air, dog. We don't give a what. 100 white boys gonna hold me down anywhere, dog. We think that you suck. My Patriots the craziest. They ain't afraid of breaking fists on faces. If you really wanna taste of this, no safety tip. The same mistake and spray the clip. I pray you miss, cause if you don't, they gon' go wacko. Automatic gun smoke like tobacco. Never hit a lady, but it's pretty hard to tell if you're a girl or a they, them. There's these, that, those. I ain't never gonna take a knee for the anthem. Smack them. I don't give a damn, can't stand them. Gang full of randoms. Fan with a handgun. Run up in your mansion, leave it all abandoned. I was raised to be brave to the grave. United States, we love the country that they've been corrupting. Go woke and go broker if you ain't obeyed. My people of this country, and we're under attack. They banning us, they cancel us for speaking the facts. If you man enough, come stand with us, take USA back. And every time we pull up, all you're gonna see is American flag.